Hey people, I want to talk to you about a player in NFL history who had a good career. But one of the things he's always going to be known for, well, not really known for, but it's going to come up in discussions when he's brought up amongst all the good he's done, is a huge mistake that he made in a crucial game that could have taken his team to the Super Bowl. And that play might have prevented, even though there was a lot of other plays in the game that kind of hurt the team, that play really just came at a significant moment. And before I talk to you about that, please make sure you like, subscribe, and message. All right? So the player I'm going to talk to you about is Ernest Byner. Ernest Byner used to play for the Cleveland Browns. That was the first team he played for in the mid to late 80s. Okay? He was a really good player for them, played running back. He was a good rusher, along with Kevin Mack. They had a great backfield tandem, a power running game. Ernest Byner was also a great receiver out of the backfield. Okay. In 88, the Browns were playing in the AFC Championship game against the Denver Broncos for the second year in a row. Okay. That game, basically, the Broncos kind of led like 21-3 at halftime. Okay, and then it ended up with a few minutes left in the game. The Browns that came all the way back, they were within 7 points, and they had driven all the way down to inside the 10-yard line. And from all the film that I've watched, Ernest Byner got a handoff. It looked like if you looked at the film, it looked like he was running into the end zone. His momentum would have carried him into the end zone. But somewhere around the 2 or 3 yard line, he got stripped of the ball. Okay, and the Broncos recovered it. Okay, the Broncos went on to win that football game. That was 2 years in a row that the Broncos had beat the Browns in devastating fashion to go on to the Super Bowl. Okay, during that game, Ernest Byner had some pretty good stats. He had 15 rushes, he had 67 rushing yards, and he had 1 touchdown. He had 7 receptions and 120 yards receiving and 1 touchdown. But that 1 fumble was a defining moment of that game for him. Okay, Ernest Byner went on, he ended up leaving Cleveland, getting cut or traded. I'm not sure exactly which one. I'd have to look that up. But he ended up going to Washington, okay, where he had a good career in Washington. He rushed for over 1,000 yards a couple times. One year he had the year they went to the Super Bowl, they played the Buffalo Bills. He had 1,048 yards rushing. In the Super Bowl, he had 14 rushes for 49 yards. He had 3 receptions for 24 yards and a touchdown. Okay, he was also for his career in Washington, he was named as one of the 70 top players ever to play at Washington. Okay, my question is, a player like Ernest Byner, who has had a good NFL career, and he made a mistake like the fumble in the AFC Championship game. Is that the defining moment of his career, or is what he did after that? Can an athlete can that be erased? A mistake like that can that be erased from their from downgrading their career? Because after he left there and he went to Washington, he had a really good career. Like I said, he rushed for over 1,000 yards twice. He was a good receiver out the backfield. He got a Super Bowl ring with the Redskins. He also went on to play for the Baltimore Ravens, where he helped them out. They had a good career in Baltimore, and he even came back to Cleveland a little bit. So he had a good career after the fumble. So my question is, athletes who make those kind of mistakes, can they overcome those mistakes? Or will those mistakes be the defining moment of their careers no matter what they do after that? And once again, like I said, Ernest Byner was a great player. So, he had that 1 mistake. It was a huge mistake because it kept the Browns from going to the Super Bowl, probably. But they also, the defense gave up a lot of plays at games too. So, and that fumble that was the second year in a row that the Browns had lost to the Denver Broncos, and the Broncos went on to the Super Bowl. So I want to hear your thoughts about this. When it comes to Ernest Byner, is that fumble the defining moment of his career? Or did the things that he did after that, did that help him to overcome that big mistake that he made in the AFC Championship game of the fumble? Remember, like, subscribe, and message. Peace.